Y'all, I could not be more excited. So I am sitting here live at a location called Traction Space. It's a co working location in Tacoma, and I actually discovered this during COVID. The address is 748 Market Street. And I found it because I was looking for a relatively inexpensive kind of co working space or address that was in Tacoma because I've been doing business, a lot of work with and volunteer work really, with the Tacoma Pierce County Black Collective. And I just know that they are looking to amplify entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur in Tacoma, in Pierce County. And so, Traction Space, I found them, like I said, during COVID. And the person that I was working with, her name is Caitlin Chandler. And when I say during COVID, I mean I never met this woman. We spoke over the phone. She was super, super sweet, extraordinarily accommodating. I really didn't have any funds coming in. I'm also, as you know, I've been leading an organization called the National Black MBA Association. So we're the Seattle chapter, but we're also the Seattle Tacoma chapter. Like we're formally submitting DBA and updated names and all the things so that we're Seattle Tacoma chapter. And so I wanted to make sure we had a Tacoma address as well. You know, there's a Seattle Tacoma thing, just a little bit. And so I wanted to make sure you said the Seattle chapter, but you're working in Tacoma. It's like, what? So it was important for me to find a Tacoma address. And so what I wanted to say about Traction Space is what an amazing experience. I haven't bonded or physically spent any quality time in this location until today. So we just did a live broadcast from here. I'm still here. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I don't typically do plugs for businesses. This happens to be a reflection, right? I do live a very surrendered life. And so when I have this overwhelming feeling of gratitude right now, gratitude for not only Caitlin, but I also had dinner or lunch actually earlier today with Don Morrison. He's the CEO of Traction Space. And when I met him a few moons ago, I don't know if it was weeks or months ago, in various events, he's always shown up like someone who was truly authentic. Well, I met again with him at an entrepreneurial ecosystems event a while ago. I can't remember exactly how long ago, but he just always showed up to be authentic. I said, hey, he literally knew the name of my business. This is the CEO of Traction Space. And I was like, hey, I used to have a business with you because I think I may have let it like expire or something. And he was like, it's all bigger than me. I was like, how do you know that? How do you know that, right? So to have someone who is an ally, that really cares about the businesses that are in this space, that cares about entrepreneurship in the Tacoma area, that is really committed, it just feels really, you know, for me, I just had to pause. I wanted to share because, again, none of us are promised tomorrow. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for a space, again, when I first met Caitlin, it was all online. My mail was coming here. I set up, the box and all the things. And so I just wanted to say thank you again to Caitlin. Thank you to Don Morrison. We did a live event from this space, and it's gorgeous. This is just one of the spaces. There's beautiful paintings on the wall, lots of green stuff. You know, I love my plants. And so it just feels like a really great environment. So I was pleased. I saw a few entrepreneurs coming through, all handling their business. So it was just nice. So if you want to, you're looking for something related to co-working, it's www.tractionspace.com. And again, the address is 748 Market Street. So it's a really cool address. I couldn't be more excited to actually have virtual options. The Office Light, I think, might be one of the mail handling services. But you can also host events here. So that's actually, hopefully, we'll do one of our upcoming events here. It's beautiful, but it's also very spacious. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was just this power of allyship. Because being an entrepreneur, I heard someone say in a Bobby meeting, Bobby is Black owned business excellence, and they meet every Friday. And last Friday, they asked the question about, like, what has this organization, what has this brought to you? Like, how has it helped you this year? And someone said, being an entrepreneur it can be very isolating. You're the marketing person, you're the finance person, you're the sales person, you're all the things, right? If you're a solopreneur, for sure. They mentioned how it can be, isolating. And then they also said, and then being Black in Washington State can also be isolating, right? We don't have a whole community necessarily, but we create community. We have the opportunity to create community. So I feel very connected because of Black owned business excellence as one of the organizations, because of the Tacoma Pierce County Black Collective, another family that I'm connected with, because of AWA, right, the African American Writers Alliance, because of the National Black MBA Association Seattle chapter, because of, there's various organizations that I'm a part of. So I'm just grateful. So I would say if you're an entrepreneur who's struggling, creating connections and co-working spaces says, I don't necessarily have to work from home. I can come into a space and really build collaborations. I'm a bit of an extrovert, as you might imagine. So being able to actually connect with real people is motivating to me. It's exhilarating to me. So I just wanted to talk about gratitude. I am grateful for these allies that are here. Again, I met Caitlin well before I met Dawn. And so to have someone who made me feel so welcome just over the phone, huge. And then I walked in here today after meeting Dawn, after having lunch with Dawn and Patrick Hughes at his Jazzy's Cafe in Tacoma. It's just been a great day. So I wanted to pause and reflect and also say thank you to your allies, but also create a space where people can support you. It's okay to ask for help. And I say that as someone who has not asked for help. But I'm about to, right? Like, I'm going to do what I think we should do as community is when people say that they want to do a certain thing for a certain group or to help and to create a certain outcome, then I want to create a space where we're helping those organizations to do so. I mentioned the Washington Employers for Racial Equity, right? There's 80 to 100 of the top employers in the state of Washington who have committed to driving change. And I have seen some of the amazing work that they've done. So I just want to say thank you also to that group and to the leaders who are actually following through on what they said they wanted to do. My goal and my role through this podcast, through various roles, various ways, my goal is going to be to help bring the conversation back to community about what is happening. What are those new resources? What are some new solutions that are out there that people may not be aware of, that they may not be taking advantage of? So stay tuned, because the Better Together Empowerment Series and the Living Powerfully Experience, it's not just about what we talked about today. It's not just about creating these ways for us to think differently, to act differently. That's a part of it for sure. But the other really big part is really to create resources, to share resources, to share allies that are really showing up, to share programs. So that's what we're going to be doing, is talking about the allies that are out there doing the work, creating spaces for us as entrepreneurs to thrive. So as we continue to do this work together, I suggest and I pray and I invite you, this is my call to action, to join us as a part of the Better Together Empowerment Series. Our next session, again, we're doing the fourth Thursday of the month, so the next session in October is 10/26. It's right now scheduled to be online. We have a few options of where we could go, but at this point it's scheduled to be online because we want to make sure we bring in all the voices. That's kind of part of it. People love being together, so we're going to actually explore multiple options as well, whether it's Renton or Tacoma or Seattle. We have numerous options, but we're also going to be bringing you on a journey. So just know that we're going to be providing free resources, absolutely. But if you're part of a team and you want to truly create a space where you're able to thrive, join us. Join us as a part of the Better Together Empowerment Series. The bit.ly for you to sign up is living underscore powerfully underscore 102623. So again, to Don Morrison, CEO of Traction Space, and to Caitlin Chandler, the Director of Operations and Experience for Traction Space. Just wanted to say thank you. We're live from Traction Space. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and more to come. That's it, y'all. The address again is 748 Market Street, and that's it. That's all I got. I just want to say thank you. We look forward to seeing you on 1026 and beyond. Thanks.